Alright, hello and welcome back to Ashgabat Cat's Let's Play That. What game could we possibly be playing? Well, it's a game we arguably played before. That's right, before we could only listen and pretend like we knew what was going on through a veneer of static. But invasion works. So a few of you friendly viewers have let me know that you can use more modern versions of MAME. I had actually forgotten that fact. And so today I used a modern version of MAME, and instead of messing everything up, which it tends to do, which is why I use an older version of MAME, it works. Invasion works. I mean, again, we haven't actually played the game yet, so we don't know if it 100% works. But whatever percent it is, it's a heck of a lot better than a screen full of static. So let's get our light guns ready and get ready for the invasion. It is kind of disappointing, though. It seems like that whole intro narration is suspiciously silent. So I don't regret doing that first video. Oh, well, never mind. I got to turn it up.
Easy money.
Well, let's turn it about as high as we can get. And it's still not very clear.
Select your mission.
Kind of regret turning it up, because now
Chicago. Your selection is confirmed.
Well, even then, all I can hear is like kind of staticky, ucky stuff. But, you know, we'll give it a go.
Destroy abduction ships descending.
Alright, so we've got Abduction, which looks to be in every way, shape, and form a 3D action game. Well, a 3D light gun game. And, okay, fairly typical stuff. He's been kidnapped. Time to free him. Free him from this mortal coil. Oh, I see. We can, stop these alien-based crimes before they happen. I mean, we can in the hypothetical sense, of course. I'm using an arcade stick to control this, which actually, it turns out, controls relatively well. I'm kind of impressed. I wouldn't say this controls amazingly well. Oh, look! We can engage in wanton collateral damage. Just like anyone from the arcades would. Oh, don't shoot pedestrians. Save it for the... Oh, really? Sides of the... Oh. Guys. I see. So you can reload by shooting the side of the screen, but the game seems to like one side more than the other. Oh, and okay. Gotta save ourselves. See, game, I was just gonna save her from her fate. She could have at least died a human rather than died an alien. I think that's technically... Oh, hello. Yeah, not this side. Oh, weird. He was remarkably Oh, there we go. I was gonna say he's remarkably compliant for somebody who, like, slashed me in the face, but no, they were just moving away. Well, okay. We're not really saving that many people, but that's okay. Wow. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, obviously light gun games are sort of something that can only exist in the 3D era, but one thing that I think is taken for granted is that, like, because you're in 3D, now you can actually have, like, individual body part damage. And this game seems to make a bunch of use of it. Like, the enemies seem to be a lot of polygons, and then they've got distinct segmented areas, so if you shoot their leg, then actually you break the leg. And it seems like they can still actually rush you, so that's kind of neat. Is that it? I mean, the game's running in slow motion, and I still even thought that was not quite enough. Sector secured. Yeah, that's a word for what I did. Sector isn't safe, but it's been secured. Maybe one of the buttons reload. No. Typical light gun game. Gotta shoot off screen to reload. Okay. I just quickly touched my mouse. Maybe by miraculous chance it works, but no. Nope. Jeez. Oh, severely damaged. Good thing I've unlocked the power of infinite credits. Although, yeah, it was kind of fun back in the day trying to get through Time Crisis 2 on, like, as few credits as possible. Now, Time Crisis 2 was somewhat unique in terms of light gun games in that you had like a little pedal that you could use to hide. And so there actually was an element of skill to it. I mean, skill in addition to the shooting. Where if you were good enough, then you could just dodge all of their attacks. Now, you can only reasonably do that the first level. Oh, wow. Human saved. That happened by accident. How come I don't get credit for saving those other humans? Also, did I technically say I did not save them? But on the bright side, oh. So the human I saved is dead now. Do I lose those lives or what? Also, this, how come it takes so many shots? I thought I killed them before, real easy.
Unlimited
Power up. Is that a drink or a gun? Oh, auto fire. That's my favorite name. Yes. Are there any sort of limits on this auto fire? It doesn't seem like it. Hey, auto fire, meet my friend Turbo Button. You know, I wish there was a cheat for... Oh, wow, that's not happening. Okay, my friend auto fire met my friend Turbo Button, and they didn't quite get along. So, this is disappointing, but such is life. Water tower saved. Good job. Yeah, technically, right? So I can freak out the lady, but I can't kill her, which is fair enough. I don't want to be shooting any ladies. I'll leave that to the aliens. They seem to do a bang-up job of wantonly killing these humans. But okay, if the rest of the game had auto-fire, I would be a very happy guy. Come on, game, you gonna indulge me? I'm gonna indulge you. Wow, I forgot how fun it was to just not have to reload every 5 seconds. I mean, in the arcades, it's no problem, because it's like, okay, you can actually just tilt the controller, tilt the light gun, and then just shoot off screen, and it's no problem. Oh, it's our old friend, the bullets. You know, I'm beginning to think that I don't need to shoot quite so many times. No, maybe I do. Gotta get the job done. Well, warning, severely damaged. Oh yeah, this is gonna be slow going. Well, honestly, I think I like this game better when it didn't work, because then I could just imagine what it was like. Like when it was doing that like little voiceover thing, and I couldn't see through the wall of pixel static. Ooh, I got it perfect even. Then I kind of imagined like it was an FMV sequence, but now that I've seen the game, it's like, no, I can almost 100% assure you it was not an FMV sequence. It was probably a weird, pixely something or other. Death Ray. Oh, heck yes. I'm all about the Death Rays. Oh, cool. So, this game is a shoot-'em-up, actually. Because we've got a bunch of alien spaceships. I got a big gun. Things are going great. Well, okay. Maybe not great cedar ship. That's the kind of thing you want to run away from. Oh, okay. Am I doing damage? Usually they flash white when, they're taking damage, but, nope, just wasting my death rays on nothing. Well, I guess, yeah, that kind of makes sense. You can't shoot the ship out of the air, or else what are you gonna shoot now? Oh, those guys are scary. Thankfully, I've got my death ray. Come on, nobody should have to deal with those. Shoot them, shoot them. Hello there. I can't even say I'm surprised at this point. It's pretty much just expected. It's like you turn around in a light gun game and there the enemies are. Stay away from her, lady. Him. Alien. Wow. This... I just got flashbacks to Halo or something. Just watching those grunts kind of move around. Now these aren't grunts. These are more like elites, but... Just the way the grunts kind of like moved and dynamically walked around. That was kind of fun. We played that demo... What was it, like the Silent Cartographer? We played that demo level so many times. I mean, we did eventually buy the game, of course. Of course, it took some cajoling, because I had to convince my parents. It's like, oh, hey, I want this M-rated game. And they're like, I don't know if you're ready for that responsibility. They bought it for me anyway, so evidently I was, but... Ooh, man, look at all these human lives I'm saving, technically. I mean, they're still persisting in this abandoned hellscape, so they're probably not long for this world. But, oh, geez. The only human life I can't save is my own. Profound. Oh, okay. Wow, this is almost as easy as Silent Scope, just hitting them in the head. I don't know, it's one of those things where, like, in the beginning when you play a Lightgun game, it's a little annoying, but after a while it just becomes a reflex. It's like you start shooting everybody in the head. I mean, it's too easy to just shoot everybody. You might as well do it in style. Yeah, oh man, that kind of reminds me. So Lightgun games, it's like you've got this little plastic gun in your hands, right? And I mean, you're an impressionable kid. You've seen tons of movies, maybe even a few westerns in there, so you know how to work a gun or two. Well, you actually don't, because I guess in this hypothetical scenario, you're a kid who's never, ooh, auto fire, heck yes. You're a kid who's hypothetically never touched a gun before, but you've seen it in movies, and so you know you can do like cool maneuvers, like flicking the gun around, except you can't do that in an actual Lightgun game arcade, because it's hooked up with a big, strong wire, which that kind of sucks. I guess if you're one of those crazy kids who actually had like a light gun at home, then you could probably do crazy tricks like that. But it's like, honestly, it'd probably be more likely you were a kid at home with like a real gun. Obviously, your parents wouldn't have given it to you, but maybe your dad or something had a gun, and you would like play with it on the sly. I know nothing about what I'm talking about, of course. And then, oh, you can do other cool stuff, like shooting from the hip. You're like, bang, bang, bang. Look at me, I'm Indiana Jones. Solving problems just like he shot that guy with the sword. It doesn't work anywhere near as well as it does when Indiana Jones does it, but... Or you could put two hands on the gun, because it's like a pistol, and you can pretend it's like, hey, I'm a cop. NCIS. Get down. And, wait. This is a boss battle. I want every part of this. There we go, fire. Oh, and auto fire runs out just in time for me to not have fun. Whoopsie daisies. Crap. Well, okay, easy enough. Did you know that you could destroy cars with small arms fire? I didn't either, but this game is just full. It's just a whole treasure trove full of useful information. Did you know that in the event of an alien infestation, you just gotta shoot them in the head? That assumes, of course, that they have heads, that they are carbon-based, not silicon-based. Can you imagine a silicon-based alien? That's absurd. I think Star Trek was like the only show ever that would have like a depiction of a silicon-based life form. I mean, it was a big enough deal that they made a whole episode about that. Of course, that was in the early days when they were still going heavy on the philosophical bent. They kind of kept doing that too, but after a while they kind of figured out their formula with like beautiful lady of the day sort of deal. No, that's a little too uncharitable. They only did that like, what, 5 times? Out of a whole 200 episode run, which is a fairly long run. But yeah, no, it was so weird. It's like, there's this silicon life form, and it's like, oh, but we can't touch him because of the first directive or something. Prime directive. I mean, it's okay if I don't really know what it was, because given the way Kirk acted, I don't think he really knew what it was either. Of course, I believe the prime directive is, doesn't apply when, oh, so you need to actually shoot the rocket launcher if you want to, rocket it up. Well, easy come, easy go. Oh, and we're only halfway done. Oh my gosh, if this game doesn't get significantly more fun in the next level, I may just have to stop playing. If you want to play, I mean, you could hook up a mouse or something. I hear, Wiimotes, you can actually have a passable light gun experience. And I mean, the Wiis, they've got those, let's see, gun attachments. Dime a dozen. Heck, you could probably still buy them at actual GameStops. I've seen them for sale, and like it's the age of the Wii U or even Switch. It's like no more Wii, but they still got the accessories. The accessories got to go somewhere. Pro tip: if you ever want a Wii balance board, you can go to Game Goodwill, any Goodwill, and there are like 1,000 there. That's right. The hot ticket item of the past is now Goodwill item trash. Really makes you think. Kind of makes you wonder. It's like, how would economics be different if we had time machines? But I'm betting that you couldn't just go back in time and like sell those balance boards to the desiring public, because someone smarter than you probably already is selling VR stuff to people of the past. Yeah, think about that. It's like time machines, if they were invented, it's like, you really think you're gonna be the one to get rich quick? It's gonna be some other sucker who's even more desperate and even more inventive. On the bright side, though, that means they get to bring future tech to us. So we could be hanging out playing future tech. We could be... Maybe they'll have some... Oh, well, actually, neural networks. Have you heard about them? Because maybe in the future, you could have neural networks that automatically upconvert games to 3D. Now, I know normal programming, that's absolutely impossible. That doesn't make any sense. You can't convert a regular game to VR, but neural networks can do anything, man. Mark my words. The world will one day be ruled by a neural network. In that scenario, I have nothing to gain, so... I don't know. What are you gonna do? Look me up and give me a medal? Nostradamus of the Year award. Well, if you ever give me a medal, yeah, give me the Nostradamus of the Year award. But anyway, yeah, maybe using neural networks, you could upconvert these 3D stuff into a VR world. I mean, you never know. Although it would be sad if, like, we invented neural networks and we kind of perfected them, so in like huge, big, crazy systems they could do anything. But if consumer desktops like barely got any faster, and so you couldn't do any of this fun stuff. Well, we could go to New York and have an iterative level amount of fun, but let's go to the mothership and have janky fun. Oh, complete the Earth waves first? Well, I'm sorry, but no. You know, this game was a little bit better when I kind of pretended like I could play it in my mind, but not actually play it with my controller. But then again, that's kind of just how video game hype works. Like, the deal with video games is, more often than not, video games are more fun to anticipate than to actually play. It's weird, I don't know why, but that's just how things are. Because, I mean, you think about books, you think about movies, and it's like, you can kind of anticipate movies, you can't really anticipate books. But it's just so much better to experience a movie than it is to, oh, I had autofire on the whole time. I don't think that affected anything, but, you play, you watch a movie and, like, that's kind of fun. You anticipate a movie with friends, and it's like, yeah, but there's not a lot to it. Whereas, like, video games, though, I think there's just so much experience to be had that, like, there is sort of a potential to kind of anticipate what's going to happen. I was going to say, oh, game, you're flattering me by delaying all this time, but nope. I'm not the grand new player. I'm just Ashgabat Cat, who was notably absent from that high score list. Oh, okay, I was going to say, it's like 6 coins for 1 credit, but no, that's just how many credits we entered. Oh, but it is 2 credits to start. Well, fair enough. Yeah, so that was Invasion. You know the phrase, never meet your heroes. And, well, never meet your, imagined to be amazing games, because then you play it and sometimes it's bad. However, there's been one notable exception that came out sort of towards the beginning of this year. I gotta give a special shout out to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This was a game that exceeded anyone's expectations, and I'm sure a lot of people had some pretty high ones. That was a game that will go in the history of time as arguably one of the greatest games ever. Well, with that little out-of-character shout-out, this cat's got a scat.